How's it going, you spicy young individuals? Welcome to a new episode of Inside IUE Sports. My name's Travis Lang, and for this episode, we found some people who have aced their finals. They've braved the trek through the 3 inches of snow, roughly, that we got here in Richmond. And our first person today is Dejhanna O'Bryant.
Hello, Travis. How are you today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm pretty good. It's a little cold outside, but, you know, like you said, I trekked through the 3 inches of snow.
You've been acing your finals, so you have
Absolutely.
one more today.
Yep, I do.
So, I mean, good luck with that.
Thank you.
But also, let's just talk a little bit about this entire soccer season. You're a junior now on the soccer team, and it's been just a crazy year in general. So tell me a little bit about the entire season.
Wow. So, we started off, well, we had a really good season overall, but the start of the season really surprised us. I mean, we knew what we were capable of, but just going out there and actually doing it, it feels better than said. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got to watch a lot of those different games, because a lot of them were actually played at home this year, which was
they were
good, surprising. And I remember a lot of games that really stood out, especially near the end, facing Rio Grande in the snowstorm that it was in 17-degree weather. But
that was ridiculous.
Is there one regular season game that stands out in your mind?
Ooh, definitely the Asbury game, because before we played them in the regular season, we had never beaten them in history. And so, like, the fact that we beat them on our home turf, it just felt really good. So that was a big game for us.
And then after that, you guys finally got to go to the conference championships. It was a great, I guess, a great run. Tell me a little bit about all of those games you got to play.
It was very fun. I actually recorded some of it on my own to like do a YouTube channel and everything. However, it was very interesting. The changes that Shane made in conference, he put our left back up top, and she was actually the one that scored all of our conference goals. So that was pretty exciting. That was fun to watch for sure.
Another wrench in the entire conference championship play was playing at Eaton, Ohio for that first semifinal game. Oh my
gosh.
I mean, what was that like?
For me personally, or as a team?
Both.
Okay, for me personally, I was actually getting over strep and I was getting over a cold, so that was tough. However, I went out there and played my butt off, and I think it was one of my better games this season. As a team, even though we got the wrench thrown, we still showed out, and it was nice coming back and beating them after we had tied them before. So it was a good game.
Yeah, and then you finally got to go to that conference championship game.
Yes.
I can't remember, what was the final score in that?
Two?
Was it 2?
Low. Yeah, was it 1 or?
It was 1-0, I think.
I think so, yep. So that was
pretty exciting. I got to see all the pictures, especially from the articles, because Don Tincher likes to write all those articles. And it's kind of history for the school, really.
It is. It really is. This is the first time that we've won a conference championship, and so you got to make the cut. Look, when last year when I looked at it and said we got to win conference champions, so that was pretty nice. It was fun to have that happen for us.
And even though you didn't get too far into the national championship, what was that experience like, especially for some of the new players coming on?
That was oh my gosh, I loved every second of it. Even though we didn't win the first round, it's okay. I think that's a dub for a third-year program in my eyes. Like, making it that far, the changes that we made, the changes that we went through, the obstacles as a young team, it's remarkable how far we got into the season.
And you yourself had a pretty remarkable season going in. You won River State's Conference Player of the Year, but not only that, you also won All-American, which is the first IUE's player to actually win that.
Yeah.
I guess the better question would be, what did you change from last year into this year to get you to just this point?
I don't think it was really the changes that I made. Like I said last time, I was battling through injuries after injury after injury sophomore year. So that was a little discouraging. I couldn't really perform as well as I could. But I guess staying healthy for me and trying to keep my head on straight and being a leader on this team really boosted my confidence a lot on the field. So I think just there's a bunch of different factors that played into how I was performing this season. So.
Well, with that, do you have any tips for future soccer players that want to get to this amazing level of play?
I would really say taking care of your body and your mind is really key. Because I said this every like you have to have your mind right, because that's half the battle right there. Go out, and even if you make that mistake, okay, next time, next play, So that's pretty big.
Another big thing, too, we had to do a lot of broadcasts over the entire season.
Yes.
But I never really got to ask you, what's your major?
Communications.
Okay. Makes a little bit more sense now. What are you planning to do with this communications degree? I know you're a junior, so you still have one more year left, but
Right.
what are you planning to do with it?
So at first, I wanted to be a sports commentator. However, that has changed over the years. Over the summer, I found myself coaching soccer shots in Dayton, and I fell in love with it. So I really want to be a coach, but not only be a coach, but have my own business, and train kids and help them be the best that they can possibly be. So I want to have my own soccer facility. So.
And you also mentioned, too, you wanted a master's degree. So
Absolutely.
As soon as you graduate IU East, where were you thinking about going?
I've been leaning towards IUPUI, and I know Ball State has a good coaching program as well. So it'd be a toss-up between those two because I don't want to be terribly far from home if I don't have to be. So those are two options that I'm looking at for sure.
And you mentioned that your sister is going to IUPUI, and if you went, you'd actually get to graduate with her.
Yep.
How has your family impacted your growth throughout this entire college career?
Oh, wow. They've been so supportive. My mom, my dad, my stepmom, my sister, my brother, they've all just been there for me, regardless of if I had a good game or a bad game or whatever. They've always been there to support me and uplift me. And when I'm feeling on top of the world, they do that extra little push and make me feel higher. So just their support alone goes a long way. And it's nice to have that for sure.
So finally, with all that support, with all of the great time you've had so far playing soccer, and still with one more year left in you, where do you see soccer going in your life? I know you mentioned coaching, but where do you see it factor in way later down the road?
I think I'm going to stay. I would have to stay with soccer, Travis, for the rest of my life. It's really, people get burnt out when they play for so long. I've been playing since I was 3 years old, and I have never lost the love for the game, not one single time. So I could not imagine my life without soccer. So regardless of what I do, I have to stick with it. If I'm 89 years old on a cane kicking the ball, look, so be it. So.
Well, please put that on your YouTube channel if you actually get around to that.
I will.
But thank you so much, Dejhanna, for being on the show. Good luck with the rest of your career, especially in college, because finals are scary.
Whew, yes,
it's
they are.
Definitely scary. But also, congratulations on the great season and also
Thank
the
you.
2 awards as well.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we're going to have Taylor McKinney, the junior volleyball player here at IU East. Don't go anywhere.